Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar. Yes, my mothers of the human race. Again, as I said, that my business, what I call my business, is no longer with those boys whom you call your children, who are men, who are responsible for a dirty liability which spanned over 11 centuries. So when I make any azan, that azan should echo in every mother's heart as well as in their brain, and which I tell you before we continue with the interpretation, my mothers, that as mothers who carry creation in their womb for 9 months, you have an upper hand over those creations. You have an upper hand over what you call children, especially those boys who manufacture weapons. Why do you have an upper hand? Because every woman, every female or living human being, woman, were honored by Allah with the holy divine honor and the holy divine task. Those holy divine honor and tasks are enforced as laws, holy decrees of laws that no man can dispute with on so many occasions, because they were not put in the right interpretations, practical living interpretations to you before, but now they are. Whatever word that I interpret of the ayahs of the Holy Quran to my mothers is a living word, of which has a reference on the horizons. It has a reference in every part of your body, in every part of your body, as in every part of that which you produced as children. So that way, I would say to my mothers, the mothers of the human race, the mothers of human beings, do not ever tell a lie to your brain, and do not ever tell a lie to your heart. My mothers, I say to you, do not tell a lie to your heart, and do not tell a lie to your brain. I repeat that. Do not, as living mothers of the human race, never tell a lie to your heart, because if you do, your brain will have a problem. And do not ever tell a lie to your brain, because if you do, your heart will have a problem. Can you imagine if you tell a lie to your brain and you have a creation inside you, a little boy or a little guy? What will happen? So if you told a lie to your brain, and then the heart straight away has a problem. Because the heart tells you, no, that's outside. Whatever the lies you've told to your brain does not belong to Islam. It's fitting against Islam. It's fitting against your own brain as well as your own heart, as well as the creation in your womb. So with that, I would transfer this after this interpretation to an international level. I'm going to move from a mother's whatever to an international level or celestial level. When the mother is pregnant and tells a lie to her brain, the heart will have a problem. In that she's pregnant, there's a creation in her womb, and she's on top of that, she's running 200,000 kilometers per second in the 8 galaxies. In those 8 galaxies, the only celestial obligation from us to human beings or to the mother who is pregnant is Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ahad as-salam, Ahad Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar. If you tell a lie to your brain as a mother who is pregnant and in the 8 galaxies, that's when you come back on Mother Planet Earth and you find that you need an emergency whereby, or you need to be admitted to a hospital to get a third party support. That may occur when you tell a lie to brain, because maybe you would have been engaged in alcohol, or you use substances that in those upper 8 galaxies, there are no drugs peddling. There are no drugs. There is no drugs. There is no blood, whatever. There's nothing of that kind. There are no anything of drugs or anything that contaminates the beauty of the most holy, beautiful religion, because anything that man conjecture, transferring blood from another person that you have donated blood to you, that's when whatever inside your brain and inside your heart, because you told a lie that yes, you can allow people to put their blood inside your system, that's when you become very, very ill. And sometimes you lose the pregnancy. You have what we call a miscarriage. Because if someone was to donate blood to you, they have what we call, because in Islam, in pure clean Islam, that donation of blood to anybody is forbidden. It's forbidden. That's why Allah says to you, if in those days when they used to slaughter animals, they say you eat the blood, never take the blood of what? Because it contains a kind of a code, an interpretation which says Allah has forbidden the transfer of blood from one person to the other, of one whatever to the other. Why? Because of what we call in extracting that blood from the person who donates it, there's what we call physical mutilation as well as psychological, because it's a lie. Someone donates their blood, he may do so thinking that it's okay to do so, but it's forbidden by a holy divine law. It's forbidden by a holy divine law for me to say I'm taking your blood, milking you. Milking what is whatever. Because it's not a transfer of blood, it's a transfer of disease. Imagine a person donates the blood to a woman who is pregnant, and that blood contains a sort of what we call a genetic chromosome, which may destroy the child who is the creation in the womb of a mother who has been said, oh, we have to give you blood. So in order to avoid all these, Allah says prevention is better than cure. Creation, do not engage in any practices that makes you deviate from a beautiful religion in which you are created. When you are created, you are pure, clean. And there are laws in the Holy Quran, direct laws and direct laws and indirect or encrypted laws. Do not consume alcohol. Do not engage in promiscuity or adultery. Do not engage in any adultery of any kind. Do not allow to engage in practices of what we call casual or the lust of when you are engaged with your so-called husbands. Do not molest your children. Do not molest your wife. Do not molest what you call your wife. Because in some whatever, there are practices which are forbidden by holy law. Very, very, very strictly. In the engagement of a mother when a girl is married, because that's why I said the age limit of a girl to have consented physical sexual interaction, whatever, she must be over 20 years. Not this girl which I said where we first see over to Santo, he's a part of whatever. No, that is a girl who's under 18 years. She's a girl. She doesn't know what she's doing. She doesn't know. So you throw her in the den of misery. A den of misery. As a mother, that child sat under your heart for 9 months, whatever pain she goes through when she was sold off or given to whatever and molested, that pain will always haunt you. And that's a part of what we saw in the 11th century, what we called a liability. A liability, inherited liability, which came out as a monster, what we call fitna. In modern times, 2025 or 2026, what appears as a monster on the horizon, every horizon of every country. Fitna. Fitna appears and rises. And it's making noise. When the noise here, the men say, what? Where can we go? Yes, Allah spoke of these things. Do not molest children, your own children, you mothers that I'm talking to you now. Do not molest your own children when you sell them to this so-called men in madrasas, men in churches, pastors, and what have you. Do not engage in what you call a human trafficking of your own children. Because they sat under your heart and you fed them with the breast under your heart for 9 months. Whatever ache of whatever pain they go through, it will hit you first as a mother. It will hit you. It will change the sequencing rotation, because she, as a girl, a little girl, she was given Ahad, Akibal, Ahad, As-Salam. When you took the 2,000 kilometers per second in a marathon, so that she gets a point of As-Salam, Akibal. When you come back on my friend, as I say, our tradition, culture and tradition tells us you marry off a girl who is unable to look after herself, who is unable to defend herself. Allah says, haram, haram, haram. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu la ilaha illallah. Allahu Akbar. Allah says haram. So that way he reminds you that mothers, I've opened a door. I've opened a door. That door, you can make and prove that your children should be, future generation, should be free from any fitna, any practices of what you call traditions and practices of fitna, where your children used to be commodities sold off. Not anymore. Not anymore. If you do, I will make sure that every drop of whatever in your blood veins becomes what punishes either you men or women in what you call modern times. Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar. Ashhadu an la ilaha illallah, Allahu Akbar.